Welcome to 2016 Zeegnition Auto Awards.
Very warm welcome to all of you from the entire team of Zeegnition and of course Zee Media Corporation.
We also would like to invite Mr. Ravi Chawla, CEO Gulf Oil, on stage.
We at Gulf Oil are extremely proud to partner Zeegnition Awards. Our big thanks to Mr. Bhaskar Das, Adil and his team.
Let the awards come out now.
Thank you very much.
I would like to thank jury as well as Zee.
Thank you so much for the award firstly.
And now to the big one, the car of the year.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I extend a warm welcome to all of you from Zeegnition and Zee Media family. Welcome to 2016 Zeegnition Auto Awards. I'm your host, Preeti, and it's time now to begin with what we have all been waiting for this evening, the most definitive automotive awards in the country. This is the third edition of Zeegnition Awards. That is an initiative that would not be possible without the support of our presenting partners, Gulf Oil, as well as co-partner TVS Tires. So, when we begin the proceedings, let me first of all invite Dr. Bhaskar Das, Group CEO, Zee Media, to give his opening address.
I take this opportunity to extend a warm welcome to our partners, Gulf Oil Limited and TVS Tires, and thank them for being part of this venture and supporting us. It's really hard to believe that it has been almost a whole year since all of us gathered together to celebrate and honor the best from the automobile industry in this country. And that's exactly what we're going to do today, or rather tonight, to participate in a pure celebration of automotive excellence.
Thank you, Mr. Das. Please welcome on stage Editor-in-Chief Zeegnition, Adil Jal Darukhanawala.
This is our third edition of our awards at Zeegnition and at Zee Media. 2015 was another epic year with so many new cars, bikes, scooters. Every gamut of the business was new. In this sort of sense, I've always stressed that over the last few years, no one makes a bad car or a bad bike. Everyone makes very good cars, very good bikes. But what the consumer really puts his finger on and buys are the great cars and the great bikes. And this is a distinction which we try and make when we can find out from the crop of all good cars which are the standout cars, the great cars of the year. And in this, we have a jury which has been doing the business now for the better part of the last decade. It's very sussed out in its brief. It's very well-rounded, comes from different sections of society and also the automotive universe.
At the Gulf Presents Zeegnition Auto Awards 2016, co-sponsored by TVS Tires, it's not all fun and games. There is a method to the madness, and that method is getting the best automotive minds, devoid of bias, into the driver's and rider's seat to unravel all that these cars and bikes have to offer.
Tremendous amount of work for our jury panel, drawn from across a wide spectrum of the industry.
When you go around judging on occasions like these, you want to really judge the ones that are most relevant to the larger number of people.
This year's collection of cars and bikes which are there in the final reckoning for the Car of the Year and Bike of the Year, the Gulf Zeegnition Awards, is really stupendous. And of course, as like every year, we have got the meaningful cars which are there for the masses, and then we have got the eclectic cars which are there for the prestige and luxury sedans and the luxury categories.
I'm always looking at aesthetics, ergonomics, material and the usage.
But let me tell you, being a jury is not all about these lovely sports cars. We need to take care of the volume segment.
Variety is the spice of life, and there is tremendous variety amongst the sort of cars with which you would affix the SUV tag.
It has been a really great experience with the Zeegnition Award. Now we are into second year of our sponsorship with the Zeegnition. I wish them all the best in all their future editions.
All right, so that was, of course, the jury round. Lots of work, lots of fun. And of course, we also would like to invite Mr. Ravi Chawla, CEO Gulf Oil, on stage.
We at Gulf Oil are extremely proud to partner Zeegnition Awards. Our big thanks to Mr. Bhaskar Das, Adil and his team. The common brand values we have go with what Zeegnition is doing here, and we have stuck to that, I think, in our association with them. But I think as we look at the industry today, we are seeing a lot of new cars which have come in. And all I can say is that we will win here tonight. But I wish that the industry wins this year and we all see double-digit growth in the automobile industry. That will be winning for you and winning for us. Gulf today is the fastest growing brand in the Indian industry in terms of lubricants.
Year under review has seen you also step on the gas in a certain manner where volumes have also grown. So even though you may be the third quickest or fastest growing brand, how about your values also have quantitatively jumped, right? Can you share some light on that?
Yeah, we've actually launched a slew of
new products.
Synthetic motor oils for cars, both for sedans and entry level, which is in the market today. We are working very closely with our OEM partners to bring the latest technology, whether it's long drain or synthetics. So really for us, it's bringing those values to the customer.
Thank you, Mr. Chawla, and thanks, Adil. In fact, let's just get down straight to business now. Let's also tell you what's laid out for tonight in terms of award categories. So first of all, can we call upon stage, please, Mr. Akshay Varde, founder of Vardenchi Motorcycles. He will be handing out the first set of awards for us tonight. Let the awards come out now. First category is Scooter of the Year category. Scooters are an integral part of Indian automotive landscape, most popular in urban and semi-urban settings. 2015 saw some very interesting scooters hit the market along with the first new 150cc scooter to be made in India in a long time. So the nominees for our first category tonight, Scooter of the Year, are...
The nominees for the Scooter of the Year are Hero Duet, Hero Maestro Edge, Vespa 150, Yamaha Fascino.
It was really a difficult task because all the four machines packed different characteristics. But at the end of the day, the one bike which got just the slight nod or an edge ahead of others. Let's put your hands together for the Hero Maestro Edge, which is the Scooter of the Year.
We are very proud and certainly very happy receiving this recognition. Thank you very much, Zeegnition and the jury.
Thank you, Ashok.
Let's in fact move on to the second category for the night, Premium Hatchback of the Year.
The nominees for the Premium Hatchback of the Year are Honda Jazz, Suzuki Baleno.
Okay, this time, two great cars. I've always been a fan of Honda. It has really what you call put in its mark. It has done exceedingly well all over, and its new incarnation has been brilliant. But the jury gave the nod to the Suzuki Baleno.
Thank you very much. We are expecting this award. We are very much pleasure.
We quickly move on to the third category of the awards tonight, and that's Motorcycle of the Year up to 125cc.
The nominees for the Motorcycle of the Year up to 125cc are Honda Levo, Yamaha Saluto, Bajaj Platina 100 ES, Bajaj CT 100, Honda CB Shine SP.
And the winner is the Bajaj Platina 100 ES.
And now for the next category of awards, I'd like to call on stage an Indian rallying legend and vintage car restoration guru, Mr. Tutu Dhawan. Let's start with the next set of awards then. The first one is Motorsport Personality of the Year Award.
He is none other than Gautam Singhania. You may know him as a complete man from Raymond's, but that did not come into the picture. It was what he did behind the wheel of the Ferrari. That's what got him this award. Unfortunately, he's not been able to make it here, but there's a message which has come from him.
Today, I am extremely grateful to the Zee Group for having given me this award. Any form of recognition is always appreciated, and none of this would have been possible without my full team.
Then let's move on to the next category, CBU Performance Car of the Year.
The nominees for the CBU Performance Car of the Year are Audi TT, Ferrari California T, Ferrari 488 GTB, Ferrari F12 Berlinetta, BMW i8, Mercedes-Benz AMG GT, Maserati Grand Cabrio, Mercedes AMG C63, Mercedes AMG S63.
And the winner here is the latest from Stuttgart, the AMG GT from Mercedes-Benz.
On behalf of the entire team Mercedes, I would like to thank jury as well as Zee.
Compact Sedan of the Year category.
Nigel, I am very pleased to say the Ford Figo Aspire is the compact sedan of the year.
Let's move on to the next category, which is quite close to the Indian customer, if I can say that. Value for Money Car of the Year.
All the cars which we looked at this year, we had some striking cars in the fray. The Figo Aspire, the Quid. But at the end of the day, when we saw and factored everything in, it's been the Maruti Baleno. So the Maruti Baleno is the value for money car of the year as well.
Yeah, I believe that we provide a good value for money, but that is not cheap, you know. But value, our product will be a good enough value. That we appreciate this award very much.
To the next category then, Luxury Hatchback of the Year.
The nominees for the Luxury Hatchback of the Year are Volkswagen Beetle, Abarth 500 and 595 Competizione.
Let me just call upon the stage Mr. Manish Kumar Gangwal, Chief Financial Officer, Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited, to present this category award.
The Luxury Hatchback of the Year award this year goes to the iconic new front-engine Volkswagen Beetle.
We're quickly racing towards our next category in this awards function, Entry-Level Hatchback of the Year.
I think the Renault Kwid is the deserved winner of the Entry-Level Hatchback of the Year.
category, and that's Racing Bike of the Year award.
There are only 2 companies in India who have dabbled in international motorcycle racing to a certain degree, and no one does it better than the winner again this year, the Mahindra MGB, which is blazing a trail on the Moto3 World Championship circuits. Have you ever ridden a bike recently?
Not recently, but I want to ride the Mojo. So I used to ride bikes early on, but when I got married, my wife made me stop.
And to present the next set of awards, I'd like to call Mr. Nagendra Pai, Senior Vice President, Sales and Marketing, Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited, on the stage, please. So let's get on with the next category then, the Technology of the Year award. Automotive companies are always trying to bring the latest cutting-edge technologies to their vehicles to make them more efficient, safer, and more exciting than ever before for the consumer.
There is one aspect of the motor car which is so important in every aspect, even during daytime, and I'm speaking about headlamp technology, the way it really helps across in safer motoring, not just for the occupants of the car, but also oncoming traffic. One of the companies which has perennially pushed the envelope there on the headlamp technology, and which has been proven in the heat of battle at Lama and in many other sports car races in the world. The winner this year of the Technology of the Year are the Matrix headlights by Audi. This should be something for all your cars going forward. Is it this technology only in the high end of your range, or is it going to proliferate and come down even in your entry-level cars, which you also sell in India?
I think in India, we have been following a top-down strategy all across. So starting with the R8, then with the A8, down to the A6. You see the next A4 is going to have a similar technology that comes in. So we really believe in getting technologies not just confronting just one segment, but going beyond that and also coming down levels.
Okay, entry-level luxury sedan of the year is our next category. They are the gateway to those stepping up into the world of luxury sedans and offer both prestige and practicality. However, the sole nomination in the category for this year's awards gives buyers a taste of what affordable luxury is all about, while also appealing to their environmental consciousness.
And the winner here, I'm probably sure you must have guessed it, it is the Toyota Camry Hybrid, which takes the award this year.
The next category of awards, I'd like to call on stage Mr. Satyabrat Das, Vice President, OEM, Business Operations, Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited. And with that, we move on to the next category for tonight, which is Value for Money Bike of the Year category.
The same yardstick applies when we spoke about Value for Money Car of the Year. And today the goalposts have changed, because what earlier used to be a peak performance category now also comes in with a lot of value. And to cut a long story short, Bajaj Pulsar RS 200 is the Value for Money Bike of the Year.
Moving on to the next category then, Crossover of the Year award.
Mr. Kalsi, you can come in here for the S-Cross, which is the Crossover of the Year. I think that the hearts are in the right place as well as the mind when you look at it.
And next, I'd like to call one of our jurors and co-founder of brand consulting firm Experial, Mr. Avik Chattopadhyay, to the stage to hand over the next set of awards for tonight. We announce the next category then, Compact Sedan of the Year category.
Without an iota of doubt, I always said that once the blue oval really gets down to the nitty-gritty, it can really do the business. Nigel, I'm very pleased to say the Ford Figo Aspire is the compact sedan of the year. Please come around.
The Indian customer is very conscious of value for money. They're conscious about fuel economy. They're conscious about design. But there's one thing that sort of generates excitement initially is certainly those first prices. And as a challenger brand, you've actually got to offer something that's, you know, as aggressive as the Figo or the Aspire pricing to get those customers into the showroom to actually try your product out. Once they try your product, then you can actually build the brand.
Let's move on to the next category then, Motorcycle of the Year up to 550cc category.
The nominees for the Motorcycle of the Year up to 500cc are Mahindra Mojo, Yamaha YZF R3, Benelli TNT 300,
But the winner here is the Yamaha YZF R3.
Thank you so much and congratulations. That also brings us to the next category tonight, Indian Performance Car of the Year category. With the introduction of India's first homegrown sports car in 2015, we just had to introduce this award category, and it was impossible to miss it out, isn't it?
It was high time that India had its own indigenous sports car. And when you look at it, India is one of maybe a handful of nations in the world which has a homegrown car industry. But no one ever attempted a car which spells drop-dead gorgeous looks with performance to match. And you may have heard about this gentleman and his baby for a long time. And you may have heard about him trying to do the customization game over the last 20 years, so to speak. But when he decided to turn low-volume, focused manufacturer, and his new Avanti mid-engine sports car is right up there. Give a big round of applause to Dilip Chabria for the DC Avanti. Dilip, I must ask you one question. How fast have you gone in the Avanti?
Well, we have locked this speed at 200 kilometers per hour, but I've breached that. I've tried to be at 198 or so, and then of course it cuts off. But the validation vehicles were unlocked, and we have pretty much done over 230.
Thank you so much, sir. And we just hope that the success of this car spurs the development and launch of more fast vehicles from Indian manufacturers. Performance Bike of the Year category. While the bike with the most horsepower, the most acceleration, or the most outright speed,
the Yamaha YZF R3 is the winner for the Performance Bike of the Year.
we announce Luxury SUV of the Year category.
The nominees for the Luxury SUV of the Year are Audi Q7, Volvo XC90, Mercedes-Benz GLE,
and this is one category which has sizable volumes, which really delights the high and the mighty with really thick wallets to bear. And in this case, this year, the all-new generation Audi Q7 takes the gong from us.
You know, with the Q7, I think it's a pride of Audi, and we have waited a pretty long time to get the new Q7 into the country, and we have done a damn good job.
Right, moving on to the next category then, Motorcycle of the Year up to 250cc category.
The nominees for the Motorcycle of the Year up to 250cc are Bajaj Pulsar RS 200, Bajaj AS 200, Bajaj Avenger 220, Benelli TNT 25.
The Benelli is a phenomenal bike. But at the end of the day, for all-round performance and the packaging in with which it does the business, and also strikes deep at the heart of the Indian buyer on a very good price-performance proposition, is the Bajaj Pulsar RS200.
And we go on to the next category then, Driver's Car of the Year category. Normally we don't like to mix our performance cars with our practical ones, but when a car comes along that offers performance, practicality and involves driving experience all rolled into an affordable package, it truly deserves some serious recognition.
I think everyone says that driver's car has to be something which has just got 2 seats, a mid-engine, 10,000 bhp, big tires, drop-dead looks. But hey, sometimes you get terrific stuff in tiny packages. Give it up for the Fiat Abarth Punto.
Congratulations and thank you, Mr. Chattopadhyay, for being with us here on the stage. To give the next category of awards, can I please call upon stage Mr. Dilip Chhabria, founder, DC Design. Let's move on to the next category then, a mid-size hatchback of the year category.
The nominees for the mid-size hatchback of the year are Ford Figo, Tata Bolt,
The Figo is the winner of the year in this category of cars.
We once again focus on the bikes and announce Motorcycle of the Year up to 160cc category.
The nominees for Motorcycle of the Year up to 160cc are Bajaj Pulsar AS 150, Bajaj Avenger 150, Honda CB 160R Honor, Honda Extreme Sports.
Here, I think, when you talk about the essence, the refinement of how sporty commuters have evolved over the last few years, no one does it better. Honda Hornet is the deserving winner here in this category.
Thank you so much. And for the next set of awards, can I please have on stage Mr. Sameer Ahluwalia, CEO, Content Zee Media Corporation Limited.
He is the backbone of most of our content, and this is where he and me and my team work very, very strongly together on this front.
And with that, we announce the next category, Prestige Sedan of the Year category. The bar for luxury keeps rising with each passing year, and 2015 was no different with the emergence of some truly luxurious sedans.
The nominees for the Prestige Sedan of the Year are BMW 6 Series Grand Coupe, Maserati Quattroporte, Maserati Ghibli, Mercedes Maybach,
What is the cutting edge in the prestige car business? One name dominates them all. The Mercedes Maybach is the prestige sedan of the year. Amit, I believe you are sold out of all the Mercedes Maybachs for the year.
Yeah, that's true. It was within a month of a launch after we started the local production this year. So it has been quite successful product for us. And we look forward to many more such.
Let's move on to the next category then, Performance Bike of the Year category. While the bike with the most horsepower, the most acceleration or the most outright speed is the easy choice here in this category, this year we decided to award this trophy to the bike that gave us the most accessible performance, not just in terms of price, but also in terms of usability in our conditions, Adil.
I think there was just one bike which did the business on excitement, styling, ride, the stance, the power, the makeup, the pricing as well. I don't know how they got it right, how did they stumble on it, but they did. And we are, all bikers are very, very lucky for this. The Yamaha YZF R3 is the winner for the performance bike of the year.
Congratulations. That takes us to our next category for the night, Motorcycle of the Year, 750cc and above category.
The nominees for the Motorcycle of the Year for 750cc and above are Ducati Scrambler, Ducati Monster 821, Ducati Monster 1200, Ducati Hyperstrada, Ducati Panigale 1299, Benelli TNT 1130R, Benelli TNT 899, Kawasaki vs 1000, Indian Chief Dark Horse, Indian Roadmaster, Suzuki GSX S1000,
Voted for the Ducati Monster 821, which is the performance bike of the year up to 750cc.
Well, in 2013, Ducati decided to come into the market directly as a subsidiary. So Ducati India is a 100% subsidiary of the parent company. It's taking us time to set up a network of dealers that are reliable, that meet the standards of the brand across the country. And
Thank you very much and congratulations. And thank you, Samir, for being with us here on the stage. We move on to the next set of awards. And for that, I'd like to call upon stage Mr. Dinesh Garg, CFO, Zee Media, MPV or Multi-Purpose Vehicle category of the year.
The nominees for the MPV of the year are Datsun Go Plus, Renault Logi,
And it's the Renault Logi which is the MPV of the year. And now to the big one, the car of the year.
We move on to the next category now, Racing Car of the Year category.
The Force Gurkha is the racing car of the year. And can we have Prasan Firodia come up on stage?
Ladies and gentlemen, for such a forceful category, we need a more forceful round of applause, please. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're delighted to inform you that as part of the annual Zeegnition Auto Awards, this year we are introducing a special category of awards for creative advertising of automobiles. These are being conducted jointly with Brandstand, the weekly show on advertising and marketing on Zee Business. This year, we're starting out with the awards in a small way, but we hope to expand it by next year. And to present this special category of awards, I'd like to call on stage Dr. Bhaskar Das, Group CEO of Zee Media. So the awards for creative advertising in television segment are being held under the following categories: passenger vehicles and two-wheelers. A very senior jury chaired by Bobby Pawar, MD Publicis Worldwide, along with Rana Barua from Contract, and our very own Adil Daru Khanawala voted on the winners for these awards.
The winner in the two-wheeler category, and deservedly so for its cutting-edge thought processes, ideation, spectacular vistas, the Bajaj Pulsar. And in the car category, the award went to a company which told a very good story about a brand which is iconic, which has touched hearts all over the world, and it was being put back into the fray in India. It goes to the new Beetle from Volkswagen.
Congratulations to the winners here, and thank you, Mr. Das, for being with us here. And now, can I please have Mr. Dilip Desai, road test editor of Zeegnition, to come up on stage and hand out the next set of awards, please. We start then with the Premium SUV of the Year category. Here are the nominees in this category.
The nominees for the Premium SUV of the Year are Chevrolet Trailblazer, Land Rover Discovery Sport, Range Rover Evoque,
There's a straight fight between England and the US. England wins here. The Land Rover Discovery Sport is the Premium SUV of the Year.
Congratulations. And with that, we quickly move on to the next category as well. Design of the Year, four-wheelers.
This time, Honda got it right for its Jazz, which is the design of the year.
All the best. Congratulations, Team Honda. And let's quickly zoom into the next category, Design of the Year for two-wheelers now.
Benelli TNT 899 and the 1130R is the winner of the Design of the Year.
And now, to give away the next set of trophies, I'd like to call on stage Mr. Girish Ahuja, Vice President Marketing TVS Tires. And the next category that we're announcing is Motorcycle of the Year, up to 750cc category.
CBR 650R is the winner here. Hilarious on round 2 now.
Congratulations. And Adil, next category is quite special, Automotive Man of the Year category.
And our Automotive Man of the Year is Shirish Kulkarni of Benelli, India. So please welcome him with a big round of applause.
There, and let's move on to the next category, SUV of the Year.
The nominee for SUV of the Year are Mahindra TUV 300, Hyundai Creta,
It is the Hyundai Creta which is the SUV of the year.
Thank you, Mr. Ahuja, for being here with us. And of course, that brings us to the big four awards of the night, Bike Maker of the Year, Car Maker of the Year, Bike of the Year, and Car of the Year category. These are the awards that we've all been waiting for with bated breath. And for this, I'll hand it over to Adil, along with Mr. Ravi Chawla and Dr. Bhaskar Das.
There were many bike makers who really put pedal to the metal or twisted the throttle to the max. But one company really outdid it all in thought, in volume, in the way it went about with a vigor and a hunger. Our Bike Maker of the Year is Honda Two-Wheelers India Limited. at a lot of car makers who did many things right, but not all things right. Of course, our winner here also did most things right and only got one thing wrong. They got it wrong with the S-Cross pricing. It's Maruti Udyog is the car maker of the year. And now we come to the two standout awards. Let's start with the bike of the year. There were almost about 8-10 bikes in the fray. Our validation was done by Metric Global, and it's just that our systems don't permit us to run the entire 10 bikes and what they scored. But we'll go down with, start off with the bike which was the second runner-up. Please watch our screens and you'll see how the points played out. So please can we have the scores for the bike of the year begin. The big winner, any guesses? Let's roll it out now. And it's the YZF R3 from Yamaha. The bike of the year from Zeegnition, Zee Media and Gulf Oil. The Yamaha brand needs that push. Do you think awards like this definitely do inspire, or do they even what you call help you think about doing something more than what you are capable of?
Yeah, of course, because end of the day, this is actually customers are looking at it, right? And we have to sell it to customer, and customer feels very happy and proud that they are owning a bike which has got so many awards and all. This is going to be a 12th award.
Give it up for the Yamaha YZF R3, deserving winners. And then now to the last and final car of the year. And again, we'll do the process where we'll have the scores across how the cars panned out. And now to the big one, the car of the year. The Suzuki Baleno. Big one for them. Big round of applause for Suzuki. And really thank you very much, all of you. But can we have all the winners on stage, please, for a commemorative photograph?